Morning, everyone. Yeah, I'm live a little bit earlier than I might have done. My eyes look very tired, don't they? Sorry, bear with. There we go. We'll have to roll with it. I've still got tired looking eyes. I hope we're all good. I've got a swim competition later today. So I have to go to that. So I decided to go live early. I'll be live for the next few hours, probably till about 11ish UK time, and then I do have to go. Got to get some lunch in and then head down to the pool. Yeah, happy game week 27. I can't believe, by the way, that we're on the 27th game week of the season. 27 game weeks in. Mental. Cheers, mate. I appreciate that. We're in good shape. I've got a little bit, I can feel a little bit of a throat tickle and a cold coming on, but we're all right. And I haven't, because I train quite a lot, I've not been sore this year until this week. So it's quite nice not to feel sore, I must say. Who we got in the chat? We got Paul, Andy, Danny. Good to see you all. Baller, Laura, good to see you. Jesse James, Goovy, Daniel, Sebastian, Dime Lions. Good to see you all. Shoulder's good, mate. Shoulder's in good place. Not fully, I don't know if I'll ever fully fix my shoulder, but it's good. I'll just say that. Here's my team at the moment. First of all, I need to do this. This is what I'm going to do with my transfers, right? Just going to save that because we got to make Haaland our captain. This is what I'm going to do with my transfers, or what I'm planning to do. Currently 220k overall, just to show. This is what I'm going to do. So I'm actually, I don't know about you guys, I have a feeling that Timber, he ain't going to play this week. Good to see you, Jake. Yeah, I've got a feeling that Timber doesn't play this week. No knowledge, nothing insider. You know, there's been no evidence. I just have a feeling. You know, I thought he looked quite tired against Wolves. I know it's the North London derby, but Arsenal have obviously got Ben White. I just think there's a chance he doesn't play. And with that in mind, I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring in Canate for Timber. And I'm going to bring in the big dog, Igor Thiago. So those are probably going to be the two moves that I make. And then I reckon this week and this week only, I either bench Elliot Anderson or Idioman in Jai. Not entirely sure what I do yet. But I look at the Liverpool fixtures going forward. They're very good. And also, there is very little difference between Canate and Van Dijk. And I can't afford to do... Sorry, excuse me. I can't afford to bring in Van Dijk. I probably would prefer him, just out of preference, but I can't do it. I can't afford it. And that puts me in a pretty good spot, I think, if I do that. And also, I was desperate. I've been desperate to get Igor Thiago in, so I need to change the news as well, don't I? Is there anything to stop me doing these transfers, by the way? Sorry, I was just editing. It's very unprofessional to edit as you go, but needs must sometimes. There we go. What's everyone saying? Gone for Alisson, Timber, Gabriel, Chalobah, Wirtz. Nice team. Yeah, Timber has been disappointing, hasn't he? I agree. Afternoon from Australia. Good to see you, mate. Tempted to do Rice to Rodgers, but part of me doesn't think it's worth the swap. Yeah, I wouldn't get rid of Rice. Alchemy is doing the same move. Still debating Timber to Van Dijk. Yeah, you could. I'm doing the same. The thing is, you could, you know, Canate, you need to get rid of him, I think, by game week 31. But he's not, sorry, Timber, you need to get rid of him by game week 31. I think I said Canate by accident. But at the same time, you don't need to do it now. You just need to prepare. I think, mate, Konate's expected minutes are really good. I don't see... They don't have any other centre-backs. Yeah, there's no one else that can play the position. I don't know about De Ligt, mate. I have not been there. I just don't really... I'm not massively keen on the Man United defence, I've got to say. You got the exact money for Rice to Wirtz. I'm not sure it is, you know. The drop-off from Rice has been quite something, but I don't know. I still think he's all right. Right, I'm going to put to the chat, speak now or forever hold your peace, or I will be, I'll be making the move. The thing for me about Konate and Van Dijk as well is I just think the Liverpool fixtures are really good as well. You're not digging Konate. I understand, but I don't see any reason not to. I think the only game he missed there was the personal reasons, wasn't it? I think he had a family member or something pass away back in France. I would imagine that was what it was, and he needed to go back. I wouldn't bring in... It's not a whole lot to separate Van Dijk and Konate in terms of goal threat, really. They don't really score from corners to Liverpool. I always think Van Dijk's got a better goal threat, but I can't afford Van Dijk, so that's what I've got to do. I would probably wait to do Rice to Wirtz, I think. Oh, just a dad posting stuff. I appreciate that. I think I bench Mukiele, mate. I'm going to do it. Oh, I right-clicked by accident then. I've done it, ladies and gents. I have done it. I think we're going to do that. And that. There we go then. There we have it. Team is done. I did almost miss my mouth with my coffee mug then. What else we got in the chat? No, Konate's not too bad for DEFCON either, mate. So he is averaging... It's a little bit, like 0.5 less per game than Van Dijk. But he's averaging 9.1 defensive contributions per 90. It's not too bad. And they've kept 8 clean sheets, so it's not too bad at all. I don't think it's too bad at all. I just think the run for the next 5 is really good. If he gets injured, he gets injured. It's one of them. I think it makes sense. I do need to do something about Sanchez. Bloody, that's not great coming up. Those are not great fixtures coming up. Who's Dubravka got? Could maybe go to Dubravka. I also do need to get rid of Declan Rice at some point. But yeah, I'm really happy with that team. I think the front three of Haaland, Thiago, Ekitike is the way to go in the game at the moment, in my opinion. Bench Rice or Thiago? You got to bench Rice, I think, mate. Thiago is, I think, one of the best strikers in the game going forward with the fixtures that Brentford have. It is quite simply a ridiculous run that Brighton, Burnley, Bournemouth, Wolves, Leeds. It is incroyable. And I wouldn't worry too much about the fact he's not returned massively in recent weeks. His underlying data has still been there. And he is just... He scored 17 Premier League goals. Like, he is just amazing. He is just amazing. I do agree on Rice playing a little bit deeper, but let's be honest, how many returns did he actually get from open play this season? Not a whole lot. I think, the taking of the set pieces, the defensive contributions, is where he scores his points from. Brighton, they win 2-1 or lose 2-1. Yeah. Well, that means someone's going to score then. And let's be honest, if Brentford score, who are you putting your money on? Do you think Dango will start every game during Ramadan? Yeah, it's an interesting one. What does the chat think? Let's see what chat thinks about Dango and his minutes. What's your overall points? Yes, mate. Oh, thank you. That's me, mate. Does it say? Where do you find your overall points? There you go. 1,530 I'm on, mate. I got 71 last week. I'm certainly not doing the best of FPL YouTube, that's for sure. But I'm not doing the worst either. I'm not particularly happy with how my season's gone, but it is what it is. Sorry about that. Is the best forward line for this week, specifically Haaland, Strand Larsen, João Pedro? No. I honestly think it's... João Pedro's probably in it. But I think going forwards, it's the three that I've got. I'll be honest with you. Oh, Tame, thank you for the super chat. You know what? Honestly, unless you're planning to... upgrade someone as a result of selling Timber, I'd probably just keep him. I don't think I'd make any of those moves and just roll. I think the team's fine. Like, Declan Rice is not a bad option. Start to garner Timber, Alderete. I think I'd start Timber and Alderete, be my gut feel. I do think Timber plays, but there is a risk, I think quite a large risk that he doesn't. No offence, Saint, and it's not me versus you, it's me versus my rank. I hope that my good team somewhat pays off, because I've disappointed with my rank this season, and I don't think I've made that many bad decisions, really. Big ups, Ben. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're keeping well. I'm guessing you'd start Wilson over Van Dijk. I'm not sure I would. I really like Van Dijk this week. Sharda in this week for Sarr. Really? Don't Crystal Palace have Wolves? Bro, why are you buying Sharda instead of Sarr this week? Just keep Sarr. He plays Wolves. And then, yeah, I'd agree on keeping João Pedro. Croupier Mukiele. I think I'd keep Mukiele. I'd start Mukiele. Timber to Hill and Gu to Thiago. Nah, not worth it. Don't take the hit. I think you have 2 transfers next week. Do it for free next week. Bench Rice or Bruno? I mean, come on, mate. Bruno is the best midfielder in the game. It's been a weird season, I agree. I feel like lots, yeah. My triple captain and just overall chips have not gone well this season, unfortunately. Ooh, Roofs instead of Raya. Sunderland got Fulham. Let's have a look at the odds. Sunderland's clean sheet odds against Fulham are 30. Arsenal's against Tottenham are 40. You know what? I'd probably only start Roofs over Raya if I already had 2 Arsenal defenders. I reckon if you've got 3 Arsenal defenders in your team, including Raya, you do it. just to spread the risk. But other than that, I think I'd probably play Raya. Oh, it's so close though, isn't it? That's my gut feel. One thing I would say is that having two goalkeepers of that quality in your team is never really a good idea, because every single week you're going to have a tough decision, and it's just a horrible place to be. Defcon needs to be balanced and goalkeepers buffed. I don't think so. I quite like Defcon. I think it's been a good addition. It's 2 points. 2 points is hardly game breaking. I think it works quite well. We're still picking the top attacking assets. What Defcon has done, I think it's worked perfectly, is that it's made some other players really pickable. Maybe the pricing needs to be changed, like those players that are absolute monsters for it maybe need to be a little bit more expensive, but I think it's worked. Yeah, you're probably right, Andy, in the sense that they have spent their whole careers playing with Ramadan. Keep and start Cunha, I think I would, yeah. Well, I don't think Tavernier plays. I'd first bench, I'd put Chow. Radu, I think I'd start Mukiele. Bench Rice or DCL. We'll have a look, Ben, in a sec. We'll have a look. Bench Rice or DCL? What does the chat think on that? Would you bench Declan Rice or would you bench Calvert-Lewin? See what people think. Just going to go on Do Not Disturb on my phone because it will keep vibrating. Start Garner or Alderete. I think I'd start Alderete. Sell Timber to Van Dijk this week or Chalobah to Van Dijk next week. I think I'd just roll this week. You don't know if that's the transfer you're going to make this week. Next week, if you roll, you could have an injury or something. I'd wait. I'd roll. Bench one, Hill, Gabriel, Chalobah. You got bench Hill, I think. Such a hard game for captain if you don't own Palmer. Not really. I'm on Haaland. I'm pretty confident in Haaland. Scrolling Stone, I don't have any issues. You've got a really strong bench, just use it. Yeah, I think I would consider starting Alderete over Timber, you know. Right, we got to Ben's message. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you weren't aware already, I've started something called the FPL Cartel with my good mate, FPL Tom. There's a link to sign up in the description below. The Cartel is a Discord. Both me and my good mate, FPL Tom, who you've probably heard of, we are both in the Cartel. And the intention is to give you advice on your teams. And you can get your team reviewed on stream by signing up to the FPL Cartel. This is my first deadline stream for a long time as well. But yeah, you can sign up to the FPL Cartel using the link in the description below. We're offering a 1 week free trial, so you can sign up for free for a week and get your team reviewed on this stream. And if you like it, you can keep going. Ben has sent his team in the chat, so we're gonna have a look. By the way, if you join the Cartel, there's a chat for GGFF stream. That's me. Put your team in there, and I'll review it on stream. So Ben, I'd definitely roll with this team, and I think I'd personally captain Cole Palmer. I think if you've got Palmer, it makes sense to captain him. But if you don't have Palmer, I think Haaland's the best captain, in my opinion. Replacement for Chow, not necessary. Probably not necessary, because he's got it in him to have mega weeks. But at the same time, I see J-Lo's typing. We'll get back to that. It's just who you plan to bring in for him, really. What's people saying? Good morning, Gunners Go. I'd probably start Cunha, you know. Yeah, I think Rice could return, I agree. I would start Calvert-Lewin over Dewsbury Hall, just because he takes penalties. I think I would. Would you start Hill, Gahey or Anderson? Ooh. Gut feel is it's Gahey or Hill. Bowen to Thiago this or next. I'd probably wait. I'll probably wait till next week. Yeah, rub it in that you held your triple captain. Why don't you? Good morning, mate. Bench 2. Gahey, O'Reilly, Gabriel, Timber. Ooh. I'd probably start Gabriel and Timber, to be honest. Ooh, the other is Munoz. Okay, yeah, I'd start double Arsenal and Munoz, mate. That's too much money on your defence, though. Almost definitely, you need to reduce that. Yeah, I wasn't too pleased with Strand Larsen captain. I don't think I would. I think it's a Haaland, Bruno, or Palmer week for me. Thank you, Andy. Yeah, we've done really well with the cartel. People have the uptake on it's been really good. We've been really pleased. Very grateful for people that have supported it. Anderson, Nunes, Hill bench is worth it. No, because I think every week that bench is going to be worth it, to be honest. Thoughts about Rodgers? Yeah, decent. I don't think there's any justification for me to get him, but he's decent. Sell Tarkovsky to Kanate. Depends on who you have that could start. J-Lo, legend. One free transfer. 5.9 million in the bank. Do I roll? Drop Lacroix for a better defender, drop Mane for Ekitike, or drop Rice for a mid? You know what, mate? I don't hate Mane to Ekitike. And then you've got a choice. I'd definitely start Ekitike if I had him. And then you've got to decide, do you bench Anderson or Wilson? But I think I'd consider Mane to Ekitike. I really would. I don't hate that move at all. You just got to bear in mind that you probably need to sell, if you do that move, Timber, Semenyo and Rice ahead of Gameweek 31. So you're kind of locked in for your next sort of 2 or 3 moves. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Oh, I need to grab a tissue a sec. Sorry, guys. I'm feeling a little bit of a cold coming on, which is perfect timing considering I'm racing today. Right, we're back. Sorry, Janice, I didn't review your team then. We'll have a look now. The only thing I'd consider here, if you don't have him or have the money to do it, is I would really consider Evanilson to Thiago. I think that's a move you should consider making, but probably not this week. Probably not this week. You don't really have too much to worry about with the blanks either. Actually, you do. I forget Crystal Palace have a blank. But you don't need to do anything with that. I think it's fine. Bench 2. J-Lo, I think I helped you. Hopefully my advice on your team helped. Unless you're planning to... I think I'd bench... I'd definitely bench Wilson. And then I think it's one of the other three. Wilson is one I'd definitely bench. And then it's on the other. Took a hit to get Thiago. Should I captain him to make no? I wouldn't captain Semenyo. I personally only really like captaining penalty takers. Just my feeling. It's like when people talk about captaining Chelsea players, I personally think Palmer's the one. Should I sell Mane and Timber for Thiago and Hill? Yeah, I like it. Yeah, man, I got a swim race this afternoon. Warm-up's at 2 p.m, so I'm going to be streaming for another couple hours and then head off, get some pasta in, and drive down to the pool. I'm excited. I have Ekitike benched. If you've seen my team, you would be okay to bench him. Not sure, mate. Ekitike against Forest. Excuse me, Forest away is interesting. Interesting. Palmer could come off early if Chelsea are dominating. Yeah. But if Chelsea are dominating, you'd imagine he's racked up some points already. Would you rather play Dewsbury Hall or I think I'd play Alderete. Mark Gewin Rice to Thiago and Dewsbury Hall. Yeah, I don't hate it, but you don't need to do it this week. Just a dad posting stuff. I'm doing the 50 freestyle, mate. That's my race today. Just one splash and dash, 2 lengths, short course. 50 freestyle. Yeah, I'm not the expert at managing injuries, mate. My shoulder is absolutely cooked. I can only really sprint so much during a week before my shoulder really starts to feel it. So it's just not overtraining, basically. Yeah. You've got to the shoulder, basically, and it's a mechanical thing for me. You've got to build up all the strength of the small scapular muscles behind it, because that should stabilize your shoulder. And when you use your shoulder, you should think about using the muscles at the top of your back when moving it. So rather than push with like your shoulder joint, you should use the muscles in your back to control your shoulder. But you've got to build them up. And I spent like 10 years out of the pool. During that time, I was absolutely smashing the gym. I got myself, like, my back muscles are really, I'm not saying this to brag, but they're really quite strong. But those little muscles, they didn't get any work. So when I returned to swimming, I just got they just got smashed. And I didn't really know what was going on. And I just had an imbalance of strength, basically. Start Gabriella and Bumo. You've got to start both of them, mate, I think. Surely someone else has got to be benched. I would not do either of those moves one shot. I probably, unless you're selling Timber to enable another move, I think I would keep him. Well, mate, I personally, if you're asking my opinion, I think Ekitike is probably preferable to Declan Rice. Captain Salah or Bruno? Ooh. I think I'd say Bruno, but if you've got Salah in your team, it's not bad. Should I bench boost Anderson, Kelleher, Mukiele, Cash? Again, that's another bench boost that's going to be doable every week, pretty much. I'm not sure I'd captain Thiago. I've got him, but I'm not sure I'd captain him. Thank you, Amanda. I hope hope everything's well in your life. I think you gave me a little update when you left the cartel a couple months ago. But yeah, give us another update. What's going on? Hope everything's well. There's no way of saying this without sounding like a right weirdo. So I'm going to say it anyway and hope that you don't think I'm a weirdo. But all of the muscles in my like lower neck and upper traps are so tight at the moment. I've been doing everything I can to like get mobile with them. I really need a massage. I need a proper sports massage because it's doing me in at the moment. Wilson to Dango, maybe. I'm not sure there's a whole lot to separate them. Bowen or Thiago. This week, I don't think there's anything to split them. But long term, I think Thiago's the one. I just wouldn't captain him this week. I think Tom Griffo, I start Gahey, my gut feel. Okay, so it all depends on how many, thank you Paul, it all depends on how many Arsenal defenders you have already. I think if Timber is part of a triple up, you should play the other defender. But if he's not, I'd probably keep him. Timber or Richards, I'd probably play Richards. But it's so close. Start Timber or Vandenberg. I'd definitely start Timber. Wilson or Calvert-Lewin. I'd bench Wilson of those two. Thoughts on City Palace? Yeah, it could happen, Daniel. Could happen. I am 28 years old, mate. I'm definitely someone that ages. How'd you say it? I don't know. I age slowly, I will say. I'm glad someone actually guessed my correct age as well, because most people think I'm a lot younger than I am. Cheers, Paul. I'm not saying this to offend, and I greatly appreciate your offering to join the cartel as a member. But we only do team reviews like that for channel members now, and unless I'm mistaken, you're not showing as a channel member anymore. There's no issue that you're not a member. Obviously, you choose what you want to do, but I'm not sure. It doesn't say you're a member anymore, unless something's happened. Exactly what I do, Danny. I do that exercise, or similar exercises, every day. That's how we've been fixing our shoulders. I'll do that before I get in the pool. Actually, to get the blood flowing in those muscles and get the scaps activated. That's what I do. Richards or Krupi? I'd probably start Richards. It says in the ticker, mate, I did Timber to Canate and Mark Gu to Thiago. Start Timber or Gahey? I already have Gabriel. Paul, we're all over it, mate. Thank you very much, Paul. You didn't have to do that, but it was only fair that I say for members, because otherwise it's not fair for people that aren't members. Sorry, so off screen I'm logging into Fantasy Football Hub to review your team. It's funny because his name's Enzo Lefebvre. I think Enzo Fernandez. Paul, I'm trying. Hang on. 2 secs, I've just got to sort out Fantasy Football Hub. Import team, search by ID, put your ID in. There we go. Yeah. This is what I'd do if I had your team, Paul. What Fantasy Football Hub is suggesting is what I'd do. I'd probably do this. They just put him first on bench. I didn't see anything linked that Haaland was on the bench, in fact. Let's have a look at some lineup predictions while we're there. While we're on the subject. What's her name? Emma. Let's have a look at her predicted lineups. So what Emma does is she gets a crowd of, I think, how many is it? 20? 20 fans from each of the, I'd say, interesting Premier League teams that everyone wants to know the lineups for, and gets 20 fans to predict the starting 11, turns that into a percentage likelihood of these players starting, and you get this. So this is Arsenal. Timber's on 80%, so 8 out of 10 predicting he plays, basically. Fair enough. Who else is of interest? Saka's 90%. I think most people are interested in the defence. The real interesting one is Timber, but he's 80% to play. I think we should probably assume that he does, but I do think there is a semi-reasonable chance that he doesn't. Martinez, Cash, Konsa. The other defender is interesting. The Villa team sort of picks itself, really, I think. Brighton. That's the Brighton team. Not sure anyone really cares about Brighton. Timber not playing 90, I don't actually think is that much of a concern. As long as he gets to 60. The Chelsea team. Gusto won't play by the looks of it. Looks like Palmer, João Pedro are 100%, so is Enzo. Liverpool. Or one person, one cheeky swine has got no Konate. They got loads of people that predict the team. I think the team's pretty nailed on for Liverpool, isn't it? Let's be honest. Everyone's got Ekitike starting. Man City. Haaland is 100%, but they've only got 6 predictors at the moment. Man United. I think that team sort of picks itself. The only question is Sesko, by the looks of it, or Cunha. Or Ahmad. One of those obviously has to make way. Looks like it'll still be Sesko, though. Newcastle. Yeah, I think that team gets battered by Man City today. Just my personal opinion. Especially as they played midweek. Tottenham. No one's got Tottenham players, have they, really? That's it. Hill from Bournemouth, I wouldn't even call him a punt. I think he's one of the best defensive options in the game, considering his price point, mate. I wouldn't captain Sarr, no. Sorry, 2 seconds, guys. Yeah, I think high chance for clean sheet. I wouldn't say it's really high. I think they probably do. Let's see what the odds say. I'd put it in the 30s. Yeah, 32. If Timber starts on bench, yeah, absolutely. I think he could come on. Morgaz, what are you doing? I don't understand it. You're taking out Thiago to bring in Dango or Sharda. I don't, unless that's not what you're telling me. There's no way I would have Dango or Sharda without Thiago. I just don't think that makes sense. For me, João Pedro might be the best scoring player of the week. Sure, I accept that. but I don't see why you wouldn't pick a penalty taker to be your captain. I just think picking a penalty taker to be your captain is the best way to play this game. Because even if their team plays terribly, they've always got a chance. I'd bench Barry, I think, this week. I have Chow and Timber just because Beto is there. I wouldn't swap them both out. I think they're fine. The only suggestion is to bring in a Konate or a Van Dijk, really, but I don't think you need to sell either of them this week. The only reason I'd sell Timber is because of what I did, and that's to upgrade elsewhere. Timber or Mukiele? I think if Timber is part of a double Arsenal defence, I think I'd probably start him. But if Timber is part of triple Arsenal defence, I think I'd probably pick Mukiele. João Pedro or Haaland, I think I'd go Haaland. Or KLM. I'm going to help you, because I can't decide. You ready? We're going to do what always works. Why? Because it's my opinion, mate. Does anyone else want the spin the wheel to help them decide on FPL decisions? There you go, mate. Says and Jai. I'd start Timber. I'd definitely start Timber over Gahey, I think. Strand Larson captain? Nah, not for me. Yeah. And Bruno to Palmer and Rice to Rayan for free? Nah. Nah, wouldn't do that. Thoughts on Salah instead of Haaland? I don't think so just yet, Niels. Good to see you, mate. Play Dango or Enzo? I play Enzo, no question. Let's go, Andy. I'll mute the wheel because it's annoying. Oh, God, that was close, wasn't it? Any chance you can have a match of the day challenge? No. I'll be honest, no, because both of us make our videos on the evening of the first games. So we can't do that. Sorry. I made a commitment that I would make a video on the first day of the game week every week for the whole season. I've done 26 game weeks so far. And I'm going to do it tonight when I get home from my swim competition as well, unless anything drastic happens. So, yeah, that's my commitment that I've made. Should I start Enzo or Haaland? Both of them. Richards versus Krupi, of course. What better way to make your decisions, right? By the way, if you haven't already, I haven't said this yet, if you could please leave a like rating on the stream. We've got 350 people watching, and 60 of you have liked it. So if you could leave a like rating on the stream, I'd be very grateful. And subscribe to the Goal and Goal channel as well. We're trying to hit 25,000 subscribers by the end of the season. I think it's possible. It's a stretch. There you go, there's your decision. But I'd be very grateful if you can help me get to 25k. Just hit subscribe, completely free. Help me out. Hill, Alderete, KDH, okay. We just did Richards v Krupi, mate. It was Richards. There you go, Hill. Don't hate the answer to that, to be honest. You really could consider bench boosting, though, in that position. Isn't it, Paul? I'm very grateful for everyone's support. I've been working very hard, but at the same time, everyone's been amazing. I'm very grateful for everyone that's subscribed and watched and liked and all of that stuff. Very grateful. I have been working hard though. I've been working as hard as I can. I like upgrading Mark Gu to Thiago. I think you want Thiago. Wait a week though, I wouldn't take a hit for it. Tavernier is back. Yeah, but it would put me off Rayan, but it would also put me off Tavernier because he's got competition now. It depends, Sano got V. If you need to upgrade someone, I'd sell Timber, but if you are just keeping your team as it is, I'd keep him. There's just no rush, no rush to get rid of him yet. Blake Lightfoot, if he's still 4.9 million, which I think he should be, I'd get Dewsbury Hall. Yeah, he is. Get Dewsbury Hall, mate. Get Dewsbury Hall. Thank you, Mitmash. Timber versus Senesi and Krupi. Alright, Claire, let's have a goosey. Oh, fuck. You ready? The one I probably wouldn't play is Krupi, to be fair. Yeah, I think Timber's right. I think I'd play Timber. I'd have Senesi first on my bench as well. Laziest you in the cartel? We only do team reviews for the cartel or channel members now, I'm afraid. I think I'd start Anderson from Senesi. I'd consider Senesi. Should I play Lefay or Wilson? This one for the wheel. I'd start in Jai, mate. That's literally what I'm doing. Lazyish, we'll have a look after this spin. There you go, mate. Enzo Lefay. On free transfer. I would definitely start Mukiele over Gehi, by the way. I think no question about that. I would consider Krupi over Wilson. But he is a minute's risk. I think you've got to do Mukiele over Gehi, and then it's a question of Krupi over Wilson. But I wouldn't use the transfer. The team's fine. 3 hour stream, mate. We'll finish at about 11. Just checking someone wasn't asking for a team review. Start Hill over Timber. I think it depends. If Timber is part of an Arsenal triple up, I probably would. But if Timber is only part of an Arsenal double up, I probably wouldn't. How about that? How about that? West Ham can score. Oh yeah, but anyone can score, mate. You say that about anyone. Any team can score. Gehi or Anderson, start one. I'd probably start Anderson, I already answered that, Aaron. Look at my team. I'm starting Njai. Cash Timber Rice, one to start. Rice. Hill is my third sub. Why have you got him then? Why have you got Hill? Why do you have him? You've obviously spent a transfer recently to get him. Why'd you have him in that case? Rolling this week. Semenyo and Haaland. Which one would you captain? Haaland. No question. James Way. I would keep Haaland, mate. I agree, but they're still one of the weakest teams in the league. Sell Timber for Van Dijk. The only reason you should really sell Timber is if, well, two reasons. Number one is you don't believe he will start at all. That's a good reason. And reason number two is selling him allows you to upgrade another player. If it doesn't fit any of those criteria, just keep him. Chada, Sarr, or Rice to bench. Thank you. Rice. Yeah, I think you got to. Yeah, I would definitely play Sarr. It's Rice or Chada. This is... hit my mic then. Sorry, guys. This is who you should start. Oh, I don't like it. I think I'd start Rice, but fair enough. Sanchez, Dubravka, Gabriel, Timber, Teti, Virgil, Mukiele, Rice, Bruno Fernandes, Miley, Alisson Lafayette. I think Suzon Mbumo is missing from that team. I think Hill is missing from that team. I'd probably do Tete to Hill. I think Mbumo is missing from the team as well. I think if you got a way to get Mbumo in, I would do it. Bloody hope Rice gives us 5 points, mate. Wilson, Rice, Thiago, Wilson. I bench Wilson. Timber, Enzo, Gu to Virgil, Dewsbury Hall, Thiago. Nah, wait till next week. That is perfect for free next week. Start Richards or cash Richards for me. What do you think about this? Rice and Barnes. Yeah. Yeah. I think it also sorts out an Arsenal problem long term. So yeah. Mbumo or Mukiele and Mbumo. I think you start both of them though. Cahill, Timber. Would it be worth benching Timber and starting Hill and Barry then? Oh, no, I think I'd... You know, when in doubt, take the decision out of your hands, and you can't blame me if it's wrong. Double Arsenal defence is still okay. They're still the best defence in the league. That's what the wheel says. Hill. Would you start Hill over Dominic? No, I really like Calvert-Lewin with his penalties. What do you think about double Arsenal defence? Yeah, we've already answered that. Timple, you're a mod. How's that happened? What's your channel? Have I made you a mod? Do I remember making you a mod? This is the first time I recognise your name, and you're a moderator. What happened? Did you change your username or something? But yeah, I've already answered on double Arsenal defence. I still think they're the best defence in the league. And you look at their projections as well. They're still top for clean sheet odds. Even though they don't even bloody... Well, this is 25, but even though they don't bloody play in Gameweek 31, they've still got good odds. Whom to start between Cash and Essie? Okay. You know what we do. You know what this means. You know what? I don't hate that either. I think that's the right one. I think the wheel has done well so far. Whom to start between Cash and Essie? I've already answered that. Then Wilson, I'd start Mukiele. I'd start Hill over Wilson. Thanks, mate. All the best. I bloody hope so, mate. Senesi, Anderson, Alderete. Alderete. FPL D unit. Which of your players would you ditch? Njai, Rice, and probably Sanchez. You know, I wouldn't want my Chelsea defenders long term, even though they've got one good fixture. I'd probably have Kelleher in goal. Thank you, City fan. I hope we get a result today as well. I'm away at a swimming competition, so I'll be listening to the game on Radio Bristol as I drive. And I'm actually, a couple of things actually. I'm going on the radio on Monday night, which will be exciting to talk about Bristol City. Ed has kindly invited me on to Radio Bristol, so I'll be on Sound of the City at 6 p.m, which I'm very excited for. Second of all, I don't know if you follow me on Twitter, at Robin Nest BCFC. I run another YouTube channel called The Robin's Nest. I was victim of some stick, let's say, on Twitter, where I said our rearranged fixture against Port Vale is the same day as an FPL deadline. And this channel is basically one of the number one priorities in my life. And nothing, unless it's my day job or something really important in my personal life, will get in the way of me doing a deadline stream. It's my dream to do this full time. And I said, I can't go because it's the day of an FPL deadline. And I got absolutely ripped into by some of the City fan base. And I don't care. This is my dream. If people don't like it, they don't like it. I'm still going to watch the game. I'll just watch it from home. I can't go to the away day. But if people want to judge me for that, go right ahead. Andy Robertson. Thank you, D-Unit. I appreciate that. City fan base, Bristol City, mate. I've got a few people on social media in general that just don't like me. You're not going to be liked by everyone, are you? I have no ill will towards those people. I mean, they can think what they want about me. I don't really care. I don't do this to be liked as such. I do it because I enjoy it. It's nice to have people that you talk to and stuff. D-Unit sighting. Are you, let's have a look at your channel, pal. What's going on with D-Unit recently? Mate, get you 20k subs. Mate, you're smashing it. Oh no, that's my channel. What's going on? What's going on? There you go. You're smashing it, mate. Go and subscribe to D-Unit, guys. What a freaking legend. Size that bicep as well. Mate, I'm not subscribed. I feel terrible. I'm going to have to check out your videos. I'm also very jealous that you appear to have really nice weather where you are as well. Extremely jealous. No, mate, it's because it's my team. I grew up in the area. My dad took me to my first ever football game at Bristol City, and I've supported them ever since. Yeah, Darius is smashing it, mate. Well done, you. I take it you do a deadline stream every week. Yeah, you got someone waiting in your stream, mate, ready to go. I have to give you a watch, mate. Apologies that I've not properly watched your channel before. I don't really, to be honest. Just I don't have time to watch other people. It's not a case of not wanting to. I just don't have time. He does live watch-alongs. Good for you, D-Unit, mate. I've always felt there was space for someone to do a watch-along. I'm glad that someone's doing that. Good for you, man. Would you rather play Hill, Declan Rice, or drop Gabriel? Interesting. I play Gabriel. Would you do Timber to Goo and Hill to... Yeah, I like it. I like those moves. Everyone's loving a bit of D-Unit. My midfield is Mbumo, Rice, Bruno F, Enzo, and Rogers. Bench one of them. Rice. Build the best influencer, beginning with Tom's shoulders and D-Unit's biceps. I challenge D-Unit to a lats battle as well, I reckon. It's the only thing I really work on in the gym now. I'm good at pull-ups. I'll challenge you, D, in it. You do a pull-ups challenge. You definitely out-curl me with those biceps, though. Absolutely, Andy. Definitely wouldn't call myself famous, but I'd definitely say I'm more in the public eye than I was in a year or so ago. But yeah, if you care about being liked, you're in trouble, I think. As long as you're not a bad person, then yeah. $38, bloody hell. I take it you're in Australia, I would imagine, or in Asia somewhere. Rice diverts make sense this week, or better to leave it for the next week? Rice diverts. Yeah, I'll just leave it. I'd rather have Mbumo going forwards, I think. The minutes are just guaranteed, I think, from Mbumo. And he's playing up front. Far out, mate. Let's get on that. Good for you on the watch-alongs, mate. We love that. Going to check out a watch-along. See what they look like. 4-hour stream, mate. What a freaking legend.
Literally bamboozled by what was going on in the Burnley West Ham game more than anything else. And there's still a Fulham player down in the.
I love it. How good's that?
This year they've just removed it. 67 points with a -4. Bart Simpson, Semenyo, mate, that's pretty good, Lee. I love that.
I love
Fair
that.
play about those who actually went for.
What a freaking legend. How sick. Go, what? I take it you're doing one today, mate. I don't know if I'm going to sell Chalobah next week. I don't know. Yeah, ping us a link to the Szoboszlai penalty miss, mate. We'll have a look. We'll have a look. Well done. I knew there was a. I knew there was a place for a watch along. I'm glad someone's done it. Good for you, man. How many pull-ups can I do? I haven't actually. I do weighted pull-ups, so I haven't actually done a no weighted max pull-up for a long time. I did. Well, I can easily bang out 10, but I think I've got a lot more than that in me, to be fair. I can do a 40 kg weighted pull-up. That's what I'm at the moment. But I don't really try the I don't really try spamming non-weighted ones. I think I'm not necessarily really, really strong. I think I'm just made to do pull-ups with my proportions and stuff, to be honest. And I'm a swimmer, so I mean you need strong lats. It's everything I focus on. Start Van Heck, Senesi or Mukiele. I'd start Mukiele. Nixie, good to see you, mate. I'd start the defender, I think. Oh, actually, would I? Let's have a look at the wheel. I need to see this Szoboszlai clip, by the way. We need to watch it together. Ooh. By the way, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe and like the stream. We're on 100 likes, got 350 people in here. I'd be very grateful if you could leave a like rating and subscribe. No, it wasn't Mukiele, was it? Wasn't Mukiele. It was Wilson. Sorry. Do it again. Sorry, pal. I'll turn the audio off because it's annoying. Yeah, my gut said Wilson as well, to be fair. Plan with Sanchez. I don't know, mate. The thing is, right, I know the fixtures for Chelsea get rubbish, but is there really a goalkeeper that's worth a transfer? So this is the projection. We'll zoom in. You see that? Yeah. We'll do what? Gameweek 28 to 32. Next 5. Oh, bugger off. he's still right up there. Allison, Raya, Kelleher, the difference isn't huge. I think we just keep Sanchez. This is Solio, by the way. There's a link in the description below to Solio. I just don't think there's a need to sell either of them. Might be for this year, maybe. I booked a little trip to Budapest in the next international break. So that's where I'll be going. D-Unit loves Anderson. Mate, people love you, D-Unit. I would love to see it. We got a big dog in the stream today. Start Timber or Gahey? Timber. I did an FPL crime. Mate, what are you selling Pickford for? I think Timber. I think Pickford's going to be the highest scoring goalkeeper in the game this season. Just got to put in my Invisalign again now I've had my coffee. I won't be a sec. There we go, we're back. Timber or Alderete? You know what, I'd actually say Alderete. Certainly looks at Rob Walker, we checked him out. Hill or Mukiele? Mukiele for me. Rodgers cap? Nah. I'd rather captain a penalty. Well, Rodgers could take penalties for Villa, to be fair, but no. I think Haaland, Bruno, Salah, Palmer, João Pedro, they're all better than Rodgers. Timber to Van Dijk. I wouldn't do it if it doesn't enable me to make another move. Good to see you, Harmony. Hope you're keeping well. Angelique Martins. Morning. Who would you start between Fulham's Anderson and Wilson? I'd start Mukiele. Definitely. There's no link in the description to Solio. No. I'm a criminal. There's no link. I'll put a link in there. Thank you for letting me know. Sorry, Solio. Been using your stuff, not providing a link. I am a terrible human being. Should be in there now, mate. Oh, Tom did Rodgers cap. Did he? FPL Tom, I'm not sure he'd be captain Rodgers. Surely not. Let's have a look at his stream. Surely he's not captain Rodgers. I don't believe that.
Still up there, despite obviously.
Go see if he says anything in a sec. We're doing some stream section at the moment, ladies and gents, so you don't mind.
Mook could be a decent option. Maybe a Tyrone Mings, like playing games, hitting DEFCON recently, could be an alright option. Any of the Sunderland lads, you know, they're still pretty high up on this list as well. I don't mind Senesi or Hill as well, could also be pretty steady eddies as well over the next few weeks. So yeah, there's some decent options in there in terms of players to potentially look at for the upcoming weeks. Tom says, what's happened, bro? What has happened? Are we all good? Has he seen my Rodgers captain for this week? Uh-oh. He's definitely seen the Rodgers captain, hasn't he? Will you do João Pedro to Thiago next week?
What's he doing?
Yeah,
Captain Rodgers. Is he on drugs?
Pedro. Yeah, I have Captain Rodgers. He is currently cap for this week. Best mid under 6.2. I think obviously you've got your Andersons, your Fernandez from West Ham, who's very good at DEFCON and has set piece share as well. You've also got Dango Otara Bro, I don't have any I don't have like the Palmer. I don't have the João Pedro. We got to do something, haven't we? Rate Palmer TC against Burnley.
I'll have to leave it because you can go check out Tom if you want. I'll go back to my own stream. Interesting decision. That's mad. Captain Rogers. Hey, what do we think of that? Hope you well. Took out Calafiori for Canate. Yeah. Don't mind it. Captain Enzo, Chalobah, Haaland or Bruno. Haaland. Mate, yeah, everyone's been involved in this stream. I'm going to watch it now, mate. We're going to put it on stream if that's alright. Cheers for sending it to me. Sorry if I don't follow you on X, by the way, mate. I will sort that out right now. I should do. I don't follow you. I don't follow you. I do apologise. Right, we're going to watch it. Oh, no. I don't have the link, mate. Unless it's on my phone. You sent me a message. I can't send it. I can't share my DMs. I'm not going to share our DMs. Yeah. I didn't get a link, though. Unless it's on my phone. It's not. No, I didn't get a link. Sorry, mate. Yeah, I don't mind the Salah captain, to be honest. It's not terrible. Oh, wow. He is having an awakening. Paul was in here earlier, Harmony. He's always asking after you. He wasn't asking after you today, but I don't know if the two of you are still on. How many transfers should we aim? Well, you don't really need to take any in, to be honest. You just need to make sure that you're prepared for Gameweek 31, to be honest. Let's see then. By the way, the FPL Tom model is available in the FPL Cartel if you want to check it out. We're going to go into the model and see what it has to say. Really? I think you surely. I mean, that's what his model's saying. By the way, this model is available. It's FPL Tom's model, not mine. It's available on the Cartel. There's a link in the description. sublaunch.com/FPL Cartel. You're interesting. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Mate, Haaland. I'm all on Haaland this week, no question. Team value, I actually don't know. Not something I really pay attention to. I've got 0.3 in the bank, I think, so bear that in mind. Yeah, 103.9, 0.3 in the bank, so what would that be? 104.2. I might have all the cups as well. There you go. Oh, shit. There we go. Best replacement for Evan Nilsson. Thiago. But I wouldn't do it this week. I think it makes sense, doesn't it, Darius? I think it makes sense. Haaland captain. Newcastle terrible away from home this season. He's fit. He's had a rest. I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense. I'm all in on the Haaland captaincy. For blank 31. Yeah, that's my plan. I think I'll have 2 or 3 on the bench. That's for sure. Who is the best transfer in for Keane? James Hill from Bournemouth, I reckon. That'd be my punt. I have 3 City, 3 Arsenal. Few transfers next coming week. Yeah, you might have to free hit. Or make big plans. You need to use 3 transfers, definitely. I'm going to totally respect Tom's opinion. But I cannot get behind captaining Rodgers. I just can't do it. Would you do Rice to Rodgers or Dango to Rayan? I wouldn't do either of them, actually. I wouldn't do either of them. Wouldn't do any of them. I'd just keep Rice. I think Thiago's the one to bring in this week if you don't have him. But honestly, I think I'd keep Rice in your position. I really do. I really do think I'd keep Rice. Go for Adley as a punt. Fair enough. Alderete for me, Mr. Q. What do you think about Saka as a pan? What does pan mean? I do like Saka though. I think it'd be good. Nobody talking about João Pedro. No, I think he's decent. I just don't see why you do it over Haaland or Palmer for me. But I don't hate it. I just personally prefer captaining a penalty taker. I always think I'd captain a penalty taker. I personally prefer Canate, mate. Kirkhead's he is the first choice, but I think Canate's minutes are going to be clear, and obviously he gets DEFCON as well. I don't think Kirkhead is necessarily as consistent for that, and I think the DEFCON defenders are better than the attacking ones, and also I don't think Kirkhead has been that amazing from an attacking perspective either. I'll be honest. Oh, Enzo captain, I'm not sure. He'll probably score now, I've said this, but I'm not a massive fan. Alright, we got the link apparently. Have we? Let's have a look. Okay, we do have the link. You ready? Should we watch it?
Alright, so Bozai against Verts. Oh, sorry, not against Verts, against Dubravka. What can Dubravka do? Can he muster anything? Oh my god, he's missed! Ah, it's the Bozai! The 32-point Dom! The 32-point Dom! You wouldn't read about it! What a crap pick! What a crap, horrendous pick! FPL review in the bin. Gary, everyone wave at Gary. Everyone wave at Gary. Gary View, where is he? Where's Gary? Is Gary still in the chat, folks? Is Gary still in the chat? Where is he? Where is he? He was in here saying Gabriel injured, and then 32-point Dom said, hold my beer, FPL, have a beer. I'm going to get 1 point. I'm going to get the minus points from the penalty.
I love that. How good's that? What a friggin' legend. What a friggin' legend. How good's that? I wish I could do that. I live with someone, so if I'm shouting all the time, I'm probably going to get in trouble, but I love it. Of course it is. That's like, it's so memorable, that, isn't it? Is Chalobah a sell for Gameweek 28? Thinking Chalobah, yeah. Perfectly decent move. Stoney, I'm a Bristol City fan, mate. Should I do 4-4-2 with Mukiele at the back? I think I picked Mukiele. I think Muniz is back for Fulham now, isn't he? Oh, thank you, Sean. That's very kind. Yeah, 4 years ago that would have been, mate. 4 years ago. Timber, Gahey, Wilson. Which one should I start? My gut feel says Timber there. Goo, Rice and Timber to Ekitike, Dewsbury Hall. Yeah. I think if you don't have Thiago already, that makes sense. Oh, mate. Mate, if that Chelsea clean sheet gets wiped, I'm ruined. I'm absolutely cooked if that Chelsea clean sheet gets wiped. A good job I'm not doing a watch along today and that happens. I think I'd smash my laptop screen. Chelsea can absolutely do one. Look at this. I've owned Sanchez for all 3 of those fixtures. West Ham, Wolves, Leeds, 5 points. Yeah. I just think when you look at, in my mind at the moment, my personal ranking of the teams in the Premier League, Burnley are the worst. I think they've accepted their defeat of being relegated. Wolves have also accepted their relegation, but they're actually playing for pride at the moment. I don't feel like Burnley are, and West Ham are scrapping still, I think. Burnley and Wolves are down. Wolves playing for pride. Burnley just look done. Yeah, Burnley are the easiest fixture. I agree. So it'd be just prime. Because they scored 3 against Palace last week, didn't they? Crazy, man. Burnley scored 3 goals. They did, didn't they? Yeah. 3 goals. Surely that can't happen again. Anderson, Adley, Mukiele. I think I'd start Mukiele, mate. I bench Bowen versus Chelsea. Oh, Jesus. That Bowen goal as well. I was watching the game. That was a painful one. Start Senesi, Hill or Fulham's Anderson. I'd start a Bournemouth defender. I have the Sanch Chalobah double 2. Oh, pardon me, I'm done with them, honestly. Simon, should I bench Rice, Enzo, Verts? Oh my god. I would bench O'Reilly. Is Senesi to Hill a must? No. Only if you need the money. I gambled on triple captain Rice. Nice. Yeah, fair enough, mate. I think Rice is not a desperate sell. I don't know, there feels like a massive urge for people to get rid of him. I don't think you desperately get rid of him. You just need to have a plan for Gameweek 31, but I mean, I don't think he's a desperate sell. 5.59 in his last 3 games, not bad at all. Oh, mate, tiramisu all day, every day, mate. Tiramisu and creme brulee are the best desserts. 88II99, hello. If there's any other D-Unit clips you want to share, I'm keen as mustard. Oh, Thomas, he's really serious about the Rodgers captain. Look. Fair play to him. Fair enough. Can't hate it. Let's have a look at his stats. What's his stats like? So he's got 2 attacking returns in his last 6 games. 3 in 7. Or 3 in 9. Underlying data. Sorry, Tom. I'm not behind it, but I certainly respect it. I certainly respect it. Yeah, it's fair enough, Darius. It's fair enough. A Christmas pudding. Ugh. Not for me. I was playing Elliot Anderson over Joachim Anderson. Start Sarr or Pickford? Pickford. I'd always favour Pickford, mate. Start Rice or Haaland? Oh, come off it. Haaland, surely. He's my captain, mate. Solver already answered that, the first option, mate. Douglas Luiz, what's his DEFCON been like? Just don't think it's worth it, personally. 18 points so far. Oh, he's done nothing, mate. No way. Nah. Not for me. Not for me. Not for me. Oh, rocking. I know, mate. Oh, well, I don't think I'm going to sell him. I think I'm just going to keep him for this run. So, yeah. Hopefully he keeps a clean sheet. No doubt they will concede against Burnley this week. I'm thinking of benching Raya, Gabriel and Rice. Nah, not for me. I'm just checking Twitter to see if we've had any news or anything. What, the Anderson collection? Yes, mate. I'm collecting Andersons this season. I've got a feeling Rodgers is on pens for Villa. I don't know how you guys feel. But you're right. Villa, he did take them last time he was at Villa. Is Watkins good? Yeah. I wouldn't buy him, but if I had him, I probably wouldn't sell him. Start Hill or Richards? I'd start Richards, I think. Bench Gahey, or I'd bench Gahey, I think. Gahey's ceiling, realistically, is about 6 points. And Anderson's floor is 4 points. Really, isn't it? Let's be honest. I also, by the way, guys, I had a coffee before I started the stream. I've been live for 1 hour and 30 minutes. And I am desperate for the loo. I'm desperate. I'm going to have to go. I will be 30 seconds. Sorry, I muted while I went to the toilet so no one could hear anything. Cheers, guys. I know. Yeah, he's a target man for corners. Yeah, but Man City are no good. How many goals did Man City score from set pieces this season? Barely any. They're one of the teams in the league, much like Liverpool, that haven't cottoned on to the set piece jobs. We are back. What do we reckon on Arsenal then? That's what I was asking. Are Arsenal going to win the league? That was my question. And I was talking about it would be funny. Wirtz, bench one. Bloody hell. Right, we're going to get this wheel out, mate, because I can't decide. So I'm definitely playing. I think the one to bench is out of Wirtz, Rodgers and Semenyo. I'd play all the others without question. So it's those three. I mean, this is what you paid your £1.99 for, isn't it? Oh, don't do Rodgers. I play Rodgers, actually. No, we're going to screw that. I'm playing Rodgers. It's Wirtz or Semenyo. I don't care what the wheel says. It's these two that you bench. One of these two. Yeah, I think that's the way. Painful, but you bench Wirtz. I think I'd buy Rodgers over Wirtz, I think. I bloody muted myself again. What's going on? I just said I did half an hour of a podcast with Tom and I didn't press go live. It's funny that I muted myself when I was talking about being muted. So not only did I waste half an hour of my own time, I wasted half an hour of Tom's time. Best differential captain. I think it's the Chelsea boys this week. I think it's the Chelsea lot. Harmony. My partner in crime, FPL Tom, is captaining Rodgers this week. Harmony. Would I triple captain Palmer? No, I think I'd leave it for a double. No, I agree, Joseph. I think Arsenal are the best defence in the league. I think it's hard to deny that. I think starting Gay is good. I mean, what if he scores? I just don't think Man City are threatening enough from set pieces. Sorry, just my opinion. No idea on Krupi starting. Is it weird to say you remind me of Lee Gunner? I don't think my personality and his are very good, are very similar, but fair enough. Is it just because I'm a bloke that goes live on YouTube and talks about football? Well, we've got that in common, I guess. Evan Nilsson or Wilson? Is this... I'd probably say Evan Nilsson. Would you sell Bowen? I'd wait a week. Yeah, but just because they've been conceding a lot lately doesn't make them I still think they're the best defence. Play O'Reilly or Wilson? O'Reilly, I think. Thank you for the good work. My pleasure. Sal Cunha this week or next week? Yeah, I'd keep him. What do you think about Saliba? It's fine. You need to get rid of him for Game Week 31 though, so start one. I'd start Mukiele of that lot, James. Free hit temp 29. Nah, doesn't make any sense. I'd wait till Game Week 34, I think. Would you start Cash or Timber? Timber, I reckon. Differential captain is one of the Chelsea players, mate. Or Rodgers, like my mate FPL Tom is seemingly doing. I'd probably start James Hill of that lot, Julian, but don't spam the chat. Timber or Gahey? Timber. Ooh, rocking game in YouTube. I think you could give the armband to Salah, you know, if you've got them all. I have Haaland, Salah, Bruno in the same team. Nice. Should I sell Wilson for Rodgers? Yeah, don't hate it. It's just whether you'd rather do that or get rid of a player that blanks in 31. Because Wilson's a fine hold, like, all season long. I don't see a reason not to hold him. It's just my opinion, though. Thanks, Harmony. I don't know what you did, but I appreciate that. You got to bring Palmer in. No, I don't. I've already answered free hit 29. Bro. Julian, what are your questions? Would you sell Tarkowski to Hill? No, just start Anderson. Yeah, exactly, Arkin Blom. It's the groin, but I agree. Saliba or Chalobah? Chalobah. Mukiele or Anderson? Mukiele. Chip strategy? Yeah. Wildcard 30. Game Week 31. Game Week 32, sorry. Free hit Game Week 34. Bench boost. One of the doubles. What's wrong with your question? I'm confused. You started out by saying, should I start one of Anderson, Hill or Chalobah or Anderson? And then it became, should you buy one? Which is confusing. I wouldn't make any transfers to your team and I just start Elliot Anderson based on what you said. Should I captain Gabriel? Nah, not this week. Start Mukiele or Coyote? Mukiele. -4 for Palmer and Rayan in. No, God, no. Terrible move, Mark. Don't do that. Don't do that, mate. Resist, resist, resist. Resist, resist, resist. Resist all urges to do that. Mukiele or Wilson? Mukiele. I have 2 frees. Tarkowski to Konate or do Timber to Van Dijk. Don't do any of them this week. I think you can hold and roll. I would personally start Ismail Assar over Declan Rice, I think. Rice to Birds? Nah, I don't think so. I don't really play football now. Darius, really appreciate that, mate. Thank you for joining, and I've thoroughly enjoyed checking out your channel. I look forward to maybe catching your watch along while I'm at the pool today. I'll be just about racing when you're on. It's not that I don't like Palmer. I just don't like him for You only buy him for 1 week, really, if you have him. And I don't like buying players for just 1 week. Hello, thank you, mate. Don't need to be a fan of me though. Just watch the channel. I don't think I'm fan worthy, but I appreciate that. That's very kind. Best Tarkowski replacements. Yeah, probably depends really. If you desperately need to start him, you probably get James Hill, or Van Dijk. But honestly, I think he's fine. That's all right, mate. Any chance of Bristol City making the sure? Yeah. I wouldn't bet on it, but we've got a chance. We'll only really get 6th if we do, but there is a chance. Cheers, FPL Tech. I think this is the best forward line in the game, isn't it? Let's be honest. I think it's the best forward line in the game. Arav, good to see you, mate. Van Dijk for Timber. I bought Kanate for Timber, but I only did it because it enabled me to make another move. If I didn't need to make another transfer, which was Mark Gu to Thiago, by the way, I wouldn't get rid of Timber. I think he's all right. I'd probably put Senesi over Krupi. Fancy Borough, yeah. I think they're the 2 best in the league, aren't they? I don't know, Julian. I wouldn't call me lucky. I've had Ekitike for about 10 weeks, so I don't think that's luck. Rob, my pleasure, mate. What do you do for work, mate? Test engineer, love it, mate. What are you testing? If you had Mike, good to see you. Would you captain it? Yeah, I think so. Do it, mate. Give it a go. Take the risk. I like the idea. I do think, yeah, I think Haaland's a very decent captain as well. So it's just between Palmer and Haaland, but I think if you've got him, it's a nice chance to be different. It just depends on your risk appetite, really. Juntao, good to see you. I would bench. I think I bench O'Reilly and Anderson. I am scared of Palmer, yeah. Best Tarkowski replacements. Yeah, I've already answered that, James. From JLo, I'd like to see him 100% fit. Chelsea and Bournemouth predicted lineup. Let's have a look. We'll go on Meerkat, actually. We'll give Meerkat some love. So there's the Arsenal predicted lineup. No Timber. Villa. Bournemouth. Brentford. Got Dango starting, by the way. Honestly, mate, I would say Man United fan is a big term. I wouldn't quite go that far anymore, to be honest. I would call myself a Bristol City fan. I grew up supporting Man United, and I guess during COVID I followed them quite a lot because I don't know, it was just easier to follow them for me back in that time. But really, I'm a Bristol City fan, mate. Brighton. Some people hate the fact that I kind of have an affinity to 2 teams, but it's just the way I am. It's the way I was brought up. I'm always number 1 Bristol City, though, for sure. They're my local team. No, I've moved to Bristol 4 or 5 years ago. I had a season ticket ever since. Just before, I just had other priorities going on in my life. Burnley, that's the Chelsea team. I wouldn't captain Enzo. I think. Depends who else you have. Does look like he'll play at the 10 though. There's Palace. Everton. Yeah, cheers, top 10 travel. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. Trying to hit 25k by the end of the season. Be very grateful if you could help me there. Liverpool. Man City. Man United. Yeah, I think the team sort of picks itself, doesn't it? Oh, he's got Cunha over. Interesting. He's got Sesko over Cunha. Forest. Spurs. I think Solanke could be a decent option going forward. We'll see how they play under this new manager. I mean, I agree, Luke. They're lucky. I mean, yeah, I agree. I just followed Man United really because it was kind of something some members of my family did, and it probably meant that I could just actually talk to people about football in school. Like, no one in my school really supported Bristol City, so you couldn't really talk about it to people, and so you just kind of, I don't know, follow Man United because it's something to talk about. And when I was younger, like when I was a kid, Ronaldo was there, and he was just the coolest thing in the world to me when I was a kid. So that's kind of what I did. And then you don't really like completely shake the feeling. But when we played each other, when would that have been? When did Bristol City and Man United play each other? Blimey. That's a long time ago now in the Cup. 2018? Yeah, 2017. It's only 10 years ago. And I supported Bristol City with my team in that game. So I think that says it all, really. Oh, I agree, Messi is better, but he didn't play in England. Yeah. Just my thoughts. Solanke has been trolling. He's been a tricky customer, is Solanke. Very hard to back him in FPL recently, that's for sure. I'd start Timber, I think. Bonjour, my friend. Start Anderson or Dallo. Anderson, I think. Bowen to Thiago, I'd wait a week. I think in recent years, Messi is more likeable than Ronaldo. But when I was growing up, I mean, Ronaldo is just the one. Mate, of course I remember the chant. I've literally sung the chant myself. In no universe is Ronaldo more likeable. When I was a child, Ronaldo was more likeable, but no, definitely not. What transfers did you make? I did Timber to Canate, which enabled me to upgrade Mark Gu to Thiago. Reason to get Timber out. I wanted Thiago in, and long term, obviously with Gameweek 31 being a blank, I knew I needed to get rid of him. So yeah. I think Ronaldo's nicer. I don't know. I don't think many people have compared the two, to be honest. Interesting. Yeah, I knew. Yeah, Massive Attack always play at Glastonbury, to be fair. So that would, I guess that would mean he's local. Rice to Rogers. Maybe. I wouldn't be desperate to get rid of Rice, though. Next defender to get the 17-pointer, Chalobah. It's probably Gabriel, isn't it? Let's be honest, but I'm going to say Chalobah. Strat 2. What does that mean? Or start 2. I'd start Rice and Mukiele. My favourite is Bristol City, mate. Favourite Bristol City player? I don't know, really. I don't know. I used to really like the goalkeeper Basso back in the day. That's when I first started watching Bristol City. We had a Brazilian guy called Adriano Basso playing in goal. I really liked him. Who else? Who else can I say? I really liked Joe Bryan when he played for Bristol City as well. Right now, it's a bit weird now. I was a kid back then. It's a bit weird saying favourite players because, yeah, Semenyo, but he wasn't... You could tell he was decent, but he was never like a... For us, he was never, for me at least, a player I got a real affinity with us. But yeah, obviously I did like Semenyo. When you get a bit older, I don't know, I'm 28 now. A lot of the players that play for Bristol City are younger than me. So it does feel a little bit weird to say I now have a favourite. I don't. That's weird. I do really like our goalkeeper, Radek Vitek. I think he's probably the best goalkeeper we've ever had. So you could probably say him as well. And Rob Atkinson. I do like Rob Atkinson. Randall's decent. Our midfielder, Jason Knight, obviously. McCrory. I know about, well, I respect what Ross McCrory, for example, has been through. When he first signed for us, he got a bone infection and he was out for a long time. And then at the start of last season, I won't say where because it might give away where he lives, but I had early morning training every Saturday. And after training, we'd go for breakfast in a cafe. And in each week in that cafe, poor Ross, because he was injured, and the rest of his team were off playing games, he would go to the cafe, have his breakfast. I felt a bit sorry for him. I was like, you'd have been a stronger man for doing that. And I respected him quite a lot for the injuries and setbacks that he's been through. So I probably, yeah, respect that. One of your favourite players is Verts. Yeah, fair enough. He's come good, hasn't he? Ryan, I just wouldn't worry about getting Wilson back. Oh, of course, Alex Scott, yeah. But during that time, he was young, he was liked by me, but yeah, I guess we can say Alex Scott as well. Our most expensive sale ever, of course, club record transfer fee we got for him. Sanchez over right, I think you have to, mate, yeah. I'd probably start Anderson over Wilson. And if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you could like the stream and subscribe to the Golden Goal channel, mate. Or mate? Why did I say mate? Mates. I'd really appreciate that. Have you took Tim? Yes, I have, mate. Only reason for doing that was only reason for doing that is I wanted to get Thiago in and I needed the cash. Cusks, for me, mate, there's 3 names that stand out to me. Gary Johnson, who got us promoted from League One, and in the season after that, we got to the playoff final. I have to say him. He wasn't like, I don't know, he didn't feel like the greatest coach, but he really galvanised the group of players. And then we got Nigel Pearson, who really got the club out of a crisis and Probably shouldn't have been sacked, but was sacked. Liam Manning obviously got us playoffs last season, but he didn't really rub off on me too well. Respect the man. He went through a lot when he was our manager, lost a child during the season, and came back 3 or 4 weeks later. Much respect for that. Always will respect that. And our current manager, Gerhard Struber. I mean, Struber is a really good coach, really good manager. I really, really like him. Big fan of Gerhard. No, I don't think I'll cap Bruno. It's Haaland for me. I wouldn't do Bowen to Thiago this week. Ekitike Thiago. I like those moves, but I'm just not a massive fan of Enzo because you're only going to have Enzo for 1 week. I don't really like the Bournemouth mids. Too risky. I would bench O'Reilly, Stiz of that lot. Chalobah this week over Timber. Mukiele, Timber, Chalobah, Munoz. Bench 3 or possible bench boost. I think you bench boost, mate. I don't think the bench boost is a terrible shout there. Tell me, what's the relation, Harmony? I'm intrigued. Captain João Pedro or Haaland? I think Haaland. Yeah, but he's not going to be back for a while, mate. I'd be surprised if we see Isak this season. Broke his leg, bro. I don't think we'll see Isak for a long time. Am I missing something on Isak? Is there something I don't know that's happened? Is Bruno cap, or should I go for... I'd go for Haaland. Isak's in individual training. Is he? By the way, you can be running on grass a good little while before you're actually ready to play. Expected to be fit and back at the end of March. Oh, that's still a while away. Yeah, silly for... I think Liverpool will... Oh, they're probably already regretting that transfer, really. I think they should have spent a third of the money on Guéhi, to be honest. They obviously clearly didn't really need Isak. I think Guéhi was the player they needed to sign. It's mad that they didn't. No, well, mate, I wouldn't even go that far down the list. Axenuz. Is that Auxenuz? I don't even know if that's how you say it. Sorry if I've mispronounced your name, but honestly, you captain one of those 3 or don't bother. So I've just got to check something off screen a second. Saliba, Timber, Tete, Lefay. I said Tete. Saliba, Timber, Lefay. I'd bench Tete. Bench Rice and start Cooper. Yeah. No, I'd start Rice. I'm not the biggest fan of Haaland this week. Well, I am. Yeah, I don't know. Essex Carpet Cleaning Co. I really don't know. Chalobah I can bench. You just look at the other goalkeepers in the game, and I'm not filled with a huge amount of confidence. So I could well just be keeping a hold of Sanchez in reality. Roofs or Pickford? Roofs. I'd start Roofs this week. Sunderland at home, I'd start there. I'd start him. Bent Senesi or Chalobah? Senesi. You've got to play Chalobah this week, mate. It's the best fixture you can get, I think. Roofs to Pickford. I've already answered that. Just hopped on. Any news? Not really. I don't think we've seen any news, really. No. My only concern is that Timber doesn't play this week. I just have a feeling that he gets benched. Don't know how you guys feel. I've got nothing solid. It's just a feeling. Just a feeling. Essex Carpet Cleaning Co. We love it, mate. They got any videos? Mate, if you need your carpets cleaned and you're in the Essex area... No, Ben White's not injured. Because I don't think he is. Ow. My ankle. So I've just got to check something off screen a second. Session number 1. Oh, I'm in the same heat as Dave Trickett. Let's go. Bench one of Sar, Rot, or bloody hell. You got to play all of them. Sorry, there's someone else that you can bench there, surely. We need Tom to, yeah. Tom captaining Rodgers as rogue. Do you think Timber for Van Dijk? Only if you don't need to. Only if you're upgrading other players. I just think you could probably hold Timber until Game Week 31. Unless there's 2 reasons you get rid of him. Number 1 is you don't believe he starts. I think there is a case to come to that conclusion. And number 2 is you need to save the money to upgrade elsewhere. But there's not a whole lot of difference in price between Timber and Van Dijk. So coming to that conclusion is an interesting one. I might go till 10:30, guys, if that's all right, and then start to get ready for my swim meet. We'll see how long we can go. I'm starting to waver a little bit with my attention. Are you big on Palmer, are you, Ben? Is that who you're captaining? Have you decided? Are you locked in? Is Ben locked in on the Palmer captain? Ben is so locked in. Should I start O'Reilly or Dallo? Gut feel says O'Reilly. Gut feel says O'Reilly. Who's captain, João Pedro or Salah? I'd captain Salah, I think. Why not? Why not? You forget about Hill. Do I? Do I? Did I? Don't know. Mentioned Hill in every video. Timber to Hill and Krupi to Thiago -4. Nah, do it this next week for free. Bench Gahey or Mukiele. My gut feel is benching Gahey. I'll be honest with you. My gut feel is benching Gahey there. You might hate that, but that's what I'd do. Who's winning the league? I think Arsenal will win it. I think this game this week is it's not, obviously they're not playing Man City, but I think the momentum you get from this game is the title decider. I think if they don't win it today, it's a real worry. The result they get today really shapes my opinion, I think. Oh, sorry, the result they get on Sunday, really shapes my opinion. That'd be my personal opinion. Does Arteta have to go? I don't know. The thing is, Arsenal, I don't know what you guys think. They don't play the most expansive or exciting football. And they've got players that can do it. And I do wonder if they don't win it. I don't think it goes. Because I don't know who else you'd get in if you were Arsenal. If you're Arsenal, who do you get in if Arteta doesn't win the league this season? I'm not sure there's a big list of candidates, to be honest. Exactly, Ben. Xabi Alonso. I think he's going Liverpool, isn't he? Rodgers captain. It's an option, as we've seen from FPL, Tom. I wouldn't do it, personally, for me. I wouldn't do it. They did look shattered. They did. It's obviously not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better this week. Or weekend, sorry. No, I don't think Slot needs to be sacked. No. It depends, really, because I think what's really screwed Liverpool is the transfer window they had in the summer. Like, buying Isak has ruined their season, in my opinion, because they should have got Gahey, but they didn't. Gahey and a midfielder should have come in instead of Isak, in my personal view. And Semenyo, yeah, maybe. Maybe they could have got Semenyo too. You think they could have got Semenyo, Gahey, and maybe one other player for the price of Isak? It's mad, isn't it? And let's be honest, like, you could genuinely make an argument that Semenyo is almost a better player than Isak. Should I go Pedro for Ekitike? Yeah, I don't hate it. I think I personally prefer João Pedro, though. João Pedro. I personally prefer Igor Thiago. I don't know where João Pedro came from then. Igor Thiago I prefer. Keep the messages coming in. I'll try and stay live for as long as I can. We'll probably be live for another 45 minutes or so. And then I've got to go in, have some lunch and get ready for my race this afternoon. Gahey or Mukiele? Ben, I can't get too excited about F1 at the moment. I don't know about you guys, but the cars just look boring. The energy recovery and stuff that they've got to do, it kind of takes away from the spirit of F1. And I don't know if anyone's seen the practice starts that the people have been doing, but they're honking. There's so much of a difference between the cars. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Start Gahey or Timber? I would probably start Timber. Hill or Mukiele? Oh, Hill, just, I think. And Thiago cap. Tom. Come on, bro. What are you not going Haaland for? I don't get it. This feels like a week to go back to the big Erling. This feels like the week to get back to Erling for me, mate. Yeah, just roll them, Madged. I'd always say if you're not sure about a transfer, just roll. Especially if you can roll. If you had 5, I'd probably use a luxury one, but you don't need to do that. Njai or Rice? Short-term Rice, long-term Njai, because Rice, obviously, he doesn't have a fixture in Gameweek 31. FPL Tom's been spiked. Let's go and watch him. Let's go and check him out. I've called him FPL Yom. Whoops.
And maybe just do Timber to Virgil, given the fact that he was at 80% on the jump the wave predictions. Play Evan Nielsen or Rice. Probably Rice. I'd still go Rice on that one, yeah. I think he's just a steady Eddie, isn't he? I'd rather have Raya in goal for that one. Yeah, I'd rather have Raya in goal for that one. If you're enjoying the stream, guys, let's see if we can get this bad boy up to 200 likes. Of course, your support is always massively
Let's see if we can get to 200 likes as well. We're on 168 at the moment.
Should I take a -4 for Thiago? I don't think he's at -4 territory. But yeah, that's where we're at. What have I got against Haaland? Look, Haaland is a great player. And top of my own model. I'm going against my own model here. But Newcastle are 14th from expected goals involvements from strikers and 10th for goal involvement strikers, right? So it doesn't look great for Haaland, right? Then we look at Thiago. Brighton struggle against forwards. They're 4th for goals conceded from forwards. They're 2nd for expected goals conceded from forwards. Thiago should have already had a mega haul against this lot earlier in the season. He had a penalty, he missed it, but got himself a goal as well. Brighton are really poor away from home, haven't won in their past 5. Brentford have also, a great home record. They've only lost 2 at home this season. They've scored plenty of goals. Most of Thiago's double-digit hauls have also come at home as well this season. I'm feeling it. I'm trusting my gut. I'm trusting my intuition. I've seen the numbers here. He can score a hat-trick against anyone, but his record is not great against Newcastle. I think someone put it in the chat earlier. I'll get it up, but I don't think it's great. Haaland versus Newcastle. Maybe I could be wrong on this one. Maybe this is the downfall. But who knows? That 1 goal in 4 games? Yeah, 1 goal, I think, in 4 games against Newcastle. So, not a great... I don't think it's influenced by a poor last week. I think I'm looking at the data that I've got in front of me, and I'm kind of just trusting it a little bit. Yeah, I'm trusting it a little bit. I'm going with it. Yeah, I'm going with it. What's he got here? So 6 games, 1 goal, 2 assists. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Newcastle played in the week. They had a great week, but I don't know. I'm still feeling it. Yeah, I'd captain Palmer if I had him, Ben. If I've got João Pedro or Palmer, they 100% get the armband ahead of me. Ahead of Haaland, Bruno, Thiago, all of those picks, yeah. I'm pretty sure on it. We'll have one coin flip to decide, obviously, the holy coin. That knows the best, but we're feeling it. Thank you for the super chat. Sean, he says bench one.
Spin the wheel for it. Sorry, we're watching another stream on my stream.
Oh, right. Wolves have conceded, I think, the most or the second most goal involvements to right wingers. It's definitely second most behind Aston Villa. So Saar definitely starts.
Gonna get him to spin the wheel.
I like Sharda. Oh, that's a toughie. I genuinely think Sharda maybe ends up on the bench here.
I'll unmute his stream when he talks about it. Haaland captain, definitely.
Attacking, probably bench either one of Rice or Sharda. And I think probably maybe Sharda ends up on the bench for me. Do a spin the wheel. Nah, the coin knows. The coin knows. No spinny wheels. That's no spinny wheels. That's your wheelhouse. See what I did there? Mine is all about the holy coin, isn't it? Delo or Konza? I think I probably would go Konza, this week. Is Enzo a keeper this week? 100%, yeah. Coin flip for Haaland versus Thiago. Is it time, ladies and gentlemen? I think it is. Heads is going to be Thiago. Tails is going to be Haaland, okay? Are we ready? Oh no. Now we're going to have a breakdown because the coin said go for Haaland. The coin was right last week. It said Rice. It did say Rice last week. This is the thing. Maybe if we go with Haaland, we cover ourselves off with effective ownership. We cover ourselves off with that. And Thiago will be a good enough player anyway. Oh, for God's sake. Bench Enzo or Rice this week? I think you bench Rice.
Right, we're going to stop watching in a minute.
You play Enzo.
The
coin has not gone with the Thiago. It's gone, I don't like that. The coin is not a big fan of Thiago, is it? Haaland on the coin. Haaland on the coin. Should have done a spin the wheel. Nah, no spinny wheels for me.
All right, that'll do. That was a good watch. Sorry, if streamception there was difficult to watch, I apologise, but I wanted to see what he was doing. Totally agree on the Haaland captaincy with what's on the line for City in this game. It is a large one for Man City this week. A large one. Definitely. Would you captain Haaland over João Pedro or Palmer? I'd captain him over João Pedro, but I think if I had Palmer, I'd give it Palmer. I think it's a real opportunity to get ahead. It just depends on your risk appetite. Like, if you really don't want to take a risk, I wouldn't do it. But I really like the thought of going Palmer over Haaland. I really do. I really do. I really like it. Really like it. I'm going to go Haaland record at home to Newcastle as well. That's important. Oh, come on. Bloody rubbish. So. This is from 2020. Oh, it is. It has only got 1 in 6. Interesting. Interesting. Tavernier is an option. I don't agree. Richards or Wilson? Richards this week. Bench 1. Joachim Anderson. Start cash. Gabriel, 100%. I hope so. I hope he gets the latter, mate. Jensen, not sure. If he's a midfielder, I'd get Dewsbury Hall. I would look to sell your Arsenal assets, but you don't desperately need him this week. I sold Timber to get him in, though, because Arsenal blank in 31, you probably need to sell your Arsenal assets before then. I thought I'd go early and get rid of Timber, and I thought he didn't... I'm not 100% that he's going to start. Thinking of Captain Sarr, I don't hate it. Yeah, Haaland's fit, ready to go. He's pictured in training on Tuesday, mate. Bench 1, Chalobah, Cherky, Rice or Timber. Cherky, I don't think Cherky starts. I'd bench Cherky. I think Cherky is less likely to start than Timber. Hey mate, would you do Saliba to Van Dijk? Probably not, unless you were looking to... I'd probably do them both next week. Unless you were looking to upgrade elsewhere with the money, I wouldn't do it. I like those moves, Tom Griffo. Choose 2, Richards, Anderson, Hill. Richards and Hill. Sell Timber to Canate this week or next week. I did it this week, but I only did it because it enabled me to get Thiago in. Unless it enables you to get a move, I'd just wait. I don't think there's a whole lot to separate them. Like no one can tell me that Spurs are this unbelievable team that are definitely going to score. I think Arsenal are perfectly capable of keeping a clean sheet. Choose 2. I've already answered that. What transfer did I make? I did Timber to Canate, which enabled me to do Mark Gu to Thiago. Cahill, Mukiele. Start Lefay or Casemiro Lefay. Hey mate, thinking Timber, Amverbruggen to VVD and Kelleher. Yeah? I think it's a bit luxury though. I do think it's a bit luxury, Jake. Sorry I haven't followed up on your email. I've been so busy. I'm racing next couple weekends. Got 2 swimming races, so I've just been so busy. But I probably wait. I definitely approve. Hope they enjoyed their swim. Good sport to get involved with, mate. Don't worry about being late. What's your thoughts for next weekend as you've got 2 Chelsea players? Yeah, I know, mate. I haven't thought about it yet. I think we'll let this week play out and see where we go. I did sell 1 Arsenal player this week, so I've kind of ticked the boxes there. We'll wait and see. Could have injuries. Anything could happen. What do I see? I think City win 3-0. I think City score 3 or 4 goals, actually. I'm not going to say 10-0, but I think they score 3 or 4, and that's all I care about. I do worry that Semenyo's going to do really well with his 50% ownership or whatever he is. Ownership is mad at the moment. is the focal captaincy poll with nearly 2,000 votes. Haaland is number 1. Oh, excuse me. I sold Timber to Van Dijk. Semenyo or Rice. This week, probably Semenyo. Yeah, I will captain Semenyo. Interesting. I have a feeling I drop Ekitike. Yep, absolutely. I think the fixtures are wonderful. Look at that run. Great fixtures. Hard. It's hard to sell him. Bench 1. Njai, Rice and Bumo. Leading Njai. Yeah, probably. Cheers, Harmony. Ready to go. I am. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. My body's fresh. It's snappy, poppy, explosive. We're ready. All we all know about Ekitike, though. I don't need reminding. I do not need reminding about Ekitike. Bench 1, Wilson, Hill, Timber. I honestly say Wilson. Mark, good luck to you, mate. Nah. Sorry, Nathan, I just don't have time to watch darts. I was swimming on Thursday. I was doing my own sport, I'm afraid. How's the Premier League looking? I'm guessing Premier League plays on Thursday, doesn't it? How's it looking? Who's in it? Who's winning? Because I wanted Thiago, mate. I wanted Thiago. That's why. I wanted Thiago. Bench and Bumo, mate, you got to play both of them. There's no way that's your decision this week. I'm not having it. You got to play both of them. Yes, mate, I did. Timber to Kanate. I didn't do that in isolation, though. I only did it because it enabled me to get Thiago in for Mark Gu. And I'm very happy with how my team looks now. Very, very happy. I am going to need to nip to the loo again in a second. I've had a coffee and a litre of water since we started being live. You know how it is. Got to stay hydrated. But yeah, those are my moves. I think they make sense. I think they make sense. Absolutely, can't be getting cramps. Too right. Jay Dubon. Love a bit of rivalry. Let's have a look at that then. Let's have a look at that. Where's the Golden Goal League? There's a link in the description to join the Golden Goal League. Claire. Bloody Ben. What's his overall? Fucking he's 211th. There's Jake. Smashing it, Jake. 15k overall. I get down to me, 114th. I'm not even on the second page. There he is. But hey. Hopefully, mate. It's going to be a good week for us. There we are. What is the plans for Chalobah? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to leave it for this week. See if anything happens. Because you just don't know. Someone could get injured. Anything could happen. So I'm just going to leave it this week. I'm content with the moves that I've made. I think it's the right decisions for my team. Yeah, we'll see going forward. I think I could easily just bring in James Hill, couldn't I? Evan Nilsson to Thiago or Timber to Van Dijk. I wouldn't do either this week. I'd make both of those moves next week. Timber and I like those moves. Yeah, Maguire, like those moves a lot. If you can do it, I think it makes sense. Excuse me. I'm thinking Enzo plus Rice to Tavernier plus Verts. Enzo and Rice, Tavernier and Verts. No, absolutely not. I don't rate Tavernier. I don't think his minutes are secure. We'll see, I guess, but I just don't think his minutes are secure. Bench Dallo or Rice. Dallo for me, definitely. Timber and Mane. I do like that move, and I bench Dallo. I think I'm going to roll my transfers. Yeah, fair enough. It's fine, mate. That team is great. That team is great, mate. I was going to say something then. Oh yeah, if you haven't already, please do leave a like rating on the stream and subscribe to the Golden Goal channel if you haven't already. Trying to hit 25,000 subscribers by the end of the season, and if you can help me hit 25k, I'd be very, very grateful. Very, very grateful indeed if you could help me do that. João Pedro, good captain. Yeah, he's decent. Personally, I prefer to captain a penalty taker, though. That's just my personal preference. But yeah, I would captain a penalty taker, I think. Would you do Gu to Thiago, Rice to Dango, Timber to 5 million defender? Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I'm not sure Dango would be the one. I think if you don't have Elliot Anderson, I'd probably get him. And yeah, I'd consider captaining Palmer over Haaland. Lacroix replacement, Liverpool defender or James Hill, mate. Simple. That's it, really. Liverpool defender or James Hill. Knate, Van Dijk, James Hill. That's your answer. This is an interesting one. Declan Rice reveals Arsenal stars had a firm chat after the Wolves collapse. We're not going to be handed it. We need to go and win it. We spoke to each other in a firm way. We knew we'd let ourselves and the fans down after being in such a good position. Letting us slip is not the standards we set ourselves this season. At a team meeting, we're ready to go again. We don't let this slip, lads. We all heard that before. Only joking. Chalobah to VVD immediately after the deadline. No, because Konate exists. I don't see a huge amount of difference between Konate and Van Dijk. Yeah, but I couldn't afford him, Leap. So I don't see, obviously Van Dijk is better than Konate, but I don't see Konate's minutes being really poor. Like, there's only 2 centre-backs at the club, isn't there? I think it'd be fine. Do. Yeah, I worry that Timber's going to be rested this week, and obviously long term with Timber, he obviously blanks in game week 31 as well. I can, already answer that. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got 5 minutes left, and then I'm going to finish streaming, if that's all right. I need to have a stretch and stuff. Just get ready to race. So we'll do 5 more minutes. Been live for 2.5 hours already. I'll do 5 more minutes. Oh, excuse me. I have 5,000 people tuned in today. Mega. Thank you, everyone. Ooh. And I need the loo as well. I know that's a bit too much information, but I've drunk a lot of water on this stream. Thoughts on Enzo versus Rice? It's actually really close. I think you probably say Rice until game week 30, to be honest with you. I think Foden starts, yeah. Captain Pedro, you could do a lot worse. But for me, I would probably captain a penalty taker. Polo Goose, you in the cartel? Oh, Jay, I'm so sorry. I wouldn't change a keeper. Polo Goose. Yeah, team's fine. I would consider Senesi over Wilson, though. Goalkeeper's alright. I wouldn't worry about keeper this week. I do Wilson to Mbumo. I really like the thought of Wilson to Mbumo. Uncle Crab Legs. What a name. I don't have any information here about your team to help, really. It's fine as it is. Yeah, that's a good team, that, to be honest with you. I've got nothing. Right, I think we're done. I'm going to end it there, if that's all right, ladies and gents. Sorry, Brisky. I'm off to a swim race now. I'm going to stretch off and get ready, if that's all right. I wish everyone the best of luck for Game Week 27. I really enjoyed that stream. Check out the FPL Cartel, link in the description. And I'll see you in the next one. I won't be live tomorrow morning, but I will have I'll have a video coming out tonight when I get home from the competition. I'm going to take my laptop with me and do the graphics while I'm there. So I'll see you later.